Ethan had always been the protector of the group. At 6'4" and built like a tank, his presence alone was enough to deter trouble. But that night in the woods, his strength meant nothing. He and his best friend Connor had decided to take a late night, hike for some fresh air and to escape the stress of their everyday lives. The forest was quiet, save for the occasional rustle of leaves. But as they ventured deeper, a chilling silence settled over the area. No wind, no insects, no birds, just an oppressive stillness. "I think we should head back," Connor muttered, his voice tight. Ethan smirked and clapped him on the shoulder. "Don't tell me you're scared. I've got your back." Then came the sound, an inhuman shriek that echoed through the trees, making their ears ring. Connor grabbed Ethan's arm. "What the hell was that?" Ethan scanned the darkness, his pulse quickening. "Probably an animal," he said, though he didn't believe it. They turned to leave, but the path behind them was gone, swallowed by the shadows. "Stay close," Ethan commanded, his deep voice firm. Connor nodded, sticking by his side. But then something moved, a flash of pale skin darting between the trees. "Who's there?" Ethan roared, his voice booming in the silence. No reply. Before they could react, Connor was yanked backward with a force that knocked Ethan off balance. Connor's scream pierced the air as he disappeared into the blackness. "Connor!" Ethan shouted, sprinting after him. His muscles burned as he ran, but the forest seemed to stretch endlessly, and the shadows grew thicker. Finally, he stumbled into a clearing, panting and desperate. In the center stood Connor, suspended in midair, held by a creature unlike anything Ethan had ever seen. It was tall and spindly, its limbs too long, its face featureless except for a gaping maw dripping with blood. Ethan charged, fists clenched, roaring with all his might, but as he reached the creature, his body froze. No matter how much strength he summoned, his muscles wouldn't respond. He was paralyzed, powerless, forced to watch as the creature twisted Connor's neck with a sickening crack. Connor's lifeless body dropped to the ground. The creature turned to Ethan, its empty face somehow staring straight into his soul. "Your size won't save you," it hissed, its voice a guttural rasp. Ethan's vision blurred as the creature's long fingers reached for him. He screamed, but his cries were swallowed by the dark. The next morning, the search party found only Ethan's boots, still planted firmly in the soil, surrounded by faint drag marks leading deeper into the forest.